Because he drove home his plans for health care last night. This is what he had to say.
People who have health care under Medicare-for-All will have no premiums, no deductibles, no co-payments, no out-of-pocket expenses. Yes, they will pay more in taxes, but less in health care for what they get.
Thank you.
You think people are still on board with him, for the people who were with him in 2016, still there with him?
Well, I myself openly campaigned and endorsed Senator Bernie Sanders when he ran for president in 2016. I haven't made any endorsement yet in this very wide Democratic field, but what we've seen here in the Democratic field is that a majority of those candidates for president of the United States have began adopting many of Senator Bernie Sanders' very good, very progressive policy ideas like Medicare for All, because as he rightfully points out over and over, we are the only major country on the planet, industrialized country, Western country on the planet that has that does not have universal health care. I think that Senator Elizabeth Warren has done a great job of cutting into, unfortunately for Senator Bernie Sanders, his popularity with many of those progressives. But the reality is that universal health care is a concept that is supported by a majority of Americans. The big question is, how do we get there? Is it something that happens overnight? Obviously, that's not something that's realistic, but you're hearing folks like Senator Kristen Gillibrand, who are talking about how we need a public option first to be able to make our way to a single-payer system. That's something that is smart. It will create competition in the market, and I think that you're going to see a huge, robust debate on this very, very important issue, because the reality is there's just millions and millions of Americans are still totally uninsured, and the status quo is not acceptable.
Yeah, but I think maybe Kamala Harris had some of the best lines of the night. They didn't pay to see a food fight. They want to see us put food on the table. Yeah. That child was me. These are the lines that are getting played a lot in the media. So we'll see how it plays out, and then we'll have hopefully some of these people start to drop out, and maybe we can squeeze them all onto one dais.
I look forward to the next debate where there'll be less people on stage.
I would imagine. Rick Keller and Carlos Guillermo Smith, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
All right.